This is engineering on the cheap. We have 9.9 horsepower Mercury motor. Leaking water. Where is it leaking water? Right here. Okay, so that leaking water is right there. So when you're looking, what side of the motor is that? Interesting. Okay, so it is, if you're looking outside from the boat, it's right there. And there's the prop, so that's where it is, leaking right here. We got the parts, gaskets. Here they are. And we have the bellows adhesive. Okay, so this is the special stuff. And genuine origin, United States. And precision parts, Mercury. So what are we gonna do here? We're just gonna dig in, basically. Like, subscribe. Welcome to Engineering on the Cheap. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take off this module here. This is like the computer. I guess it's their CDI unit. So we're gonna just take that off. There's a couple of screws here. And there is a ground down here. So this is just for me, so I can remember. So the ground is down here on that one. Okay, there's 3 Phillips. Yeah. I'm looking at this motor. This motor is a 1998 and it's built very well. The wires that they use are just awesome. Thick gauge, really good quality stuff. Like I said, 1998. Works like new, except leaking water right from there, if I remember correctly. I'm just going by memory. I didn't look at the video that I queued in. But we were fishing one day and water was leaking out of here, right out of there, where it's not supposed to be leaking out of. Opened up the cover and I just saw water pissing out of there. So anyways, so we're just gonna take this off. So you really got to remember where these grounds are. So this is your CDI unit, and there's even, it's grounding to the case over here with a independent, another screw. Yeah, great. So you just got to remember that. Take it out of the way and we reveal what is leaking. So I'm just going to take off these wires here. The yellow and green go to this side coil, and the white and green go to this side coil. Okay, so that's coming out of your CDI, which is likely your capacitor discharge to get the coil to fire off at the right time. So if you get it wrong, you know you're gonna get it wrong. So white to the right. Actually, yeah, white to the right. I will call this the right side of the motor, right? When I'm looking at it this way, and this is the orientation that, you know, you're going forward, and that's the right side, right? That's typically how motor terminology is, right? When you look at a motorcycle, and this is not a motorcycle, but this is a motor. So that's what it is. So we're just going to move that out of the way. There was another kind of ground there, and that was going towards the coil to mount it in there. Like, sorry, coil. This is the CDI. I'm calling this the CDI because computer / CDI, that's what it is. Module. Let's call it the module. Those are the good old 1990s terminology. The module. Okay. So now we have this plate. Okay. So this plate is actually called, Jesus, what's it called? Exhaust. I don't know if it's exhaust baffle plate. That's what it is, and we're gonna just dig in. So take off the bolts, and we're not gonna be so concerned about loosening them up and nice and easy or whatever, so nothing warps. You know, we're just taking it apart. This is not rocket science, eh? This is just a small motor. A small motor, right? Nothing big. Okay, I don't believe it, but I think this motor is more metric than it is standard. And it's, you know, a good USA motor, but this is 10 mils. So we're just going to remove those bolts and take off that cover plate, exhaust cover plate. So So watch this. Now I'm not sure if this is just loose, and if I just tighten it up, it's going to be good enough. But you know what? It's pretty loose. All right, look, there you go. I'm tightening it up. So I'm wondering if I just tighten it up, it's good enough. But you know, I spent here, you know, 60 bucks on this stuff here. Well, 15, 14, and 20. I'm just gonna change it out. I gotta say, I was a little bit lazy. I should have just tightened this up to see what would have happened while I was on the lake that day, but I didn't, because of course I didn't have a 10mm. Let's see. Oh no, these are tight. See? These are nice, and I'm just barely moving them, but this was loose. These are loose. Anyways, doesn't matter. We're just gonna remove. I just want to make sure I have the right gasket too. So just kind of hold this up there and make sure that it looks about right. Like all these holes are for their bolts, right? So that has to be right, and this one has to be right too, right? So we're gonna just. Oh, why are there two gaskets? Because there's an intermediary plate here, right? So there's a cover here, and then there's a plate. There's a very thin plate. So I thought that I would change both out, considering one holds the other. Okay, always a good check is that there's 11 bolt holes on this gasket and 11 bolt holes on this gasket, and we took out 11 bolts, and they're all the same size. So good, good, and good, right? So, and now we're gonna just take it off. We're gonna use, you know, just a little bit of pushing here, pushing there. We can lever out here gently. Just doing that with a flat screwdriver. We're not gonna score the mating surface, of course, right? We're gonna use these points, and we're gonna and we might just tap a little bit as well, because remember, when they put it together, or they should have used this kind of adhesive, so it's going to be stuck on pretty good, or should be, right? All right, so I lied a little bit. I just put the screwdriver just a little bit here and just gave it a little click, and now the whole thing just went click, and it's good to come off, right? I'll just work it off a little bit down there, but other than that, but it's good. Okay, so this gasket here looks good. Looks like it goes right there. And it does. This is your cover plate. Check it off. Now we're just going to dig in here a little bit more. Okay, we're going to take off this intermediary plate, because I'm not 100% sure if it wasn't leaking from the top inside this plate. Now, there's water here, there's exhaust gases, and you don't want water to mix in with the exhaust. All right, so ooh, look at that. I can see the pistons. This is awesome. Awesome. Oh, look at those pistons. You can see it right there and right there, right? This is your exhaust. Oh, nice. Okay. So yeah, like you wouldn't want the water to leak from here to inside here, right? And that's why we really have to do these gaskets, both of them. Because that's your engine there, right? This is the exhaust, so you wouldn't want, like I said, the water to migrate from the cooling side to the exhaust side. There's a little bit of carbon buildup. I'll just flake this off, clean it up a bit, and we'll continue. Okay, this is just awesome. So when you have like I guess a 30-year-old motor, and the pistons look this good. Look at that, not even a score on them. I'm going up and down. You know, use quality oil, use it at the right mixture, 50-to-1, but a good quality oil. And look at that, pistons look brand new. Incredible. Mind you, we don't use the boat so often as well, but just awesome how something like 30-ish years, more than 30 years old, can just be so new. Okay, so we look at the gasket here and the shape there, and it's like correct gasket. So we continue on with the operation. We're going to read the instructions of where to apply this. We're going to clean up all the mating surfaces right now, just lightly clean them up with a little, we'll use a plastic scraper or something like that, nothing big. Nothing big has to get done here. Basically, it says to put it on both surfaces, and so I'm gonna elect to put it onto the gasket. It has 15 minutes. You have, I guess, working time 15 minutes. So I'm gonna put it on the gasket side, then put it on the gasket side again, and then gasket, 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 on all the gaskets, both sides, and just bolt it together. That's it. And then we're gonna be good. So that's all I'm gonna do. And here it is. Paint one side, paint the other side. I really wish I had my tripod, but I don't. Okay, so we're just kind of painting it on. And we want to get all the surfaces. This stuff is reminiscent of some stuff similar to this that I used to use or found in my dad's old toolbox. Just awesome stuff.
That's it?
Yep. So I'm sacrificing my finger to just paint it on the other surface. Get my cameraman in here. That's what we do. Make sure you don't cover up too much of the holes, like there's some transfer ports for the water. Okay, cut. Okay, we're almost done. Cut. Oh, that's it. So we're almost, we're gonna just close up the plate and then get onto the other side of the gasket there. So we're just pushing it together now. We allowed the surfaces to get tacky. Oh, I gotta make sure that these water passages are okay. Just push it together. That's what I'm doing. Just lined it up by eye, and it's holding itself together. Okay. So this gasket's gonna go here, and then this plate is gonna go there. So I'm gonna paint that goop on here, and then also paint it on here. So we're gonna do that now, and we're just going to slick it on like that. Okay, we're just waiting for it to get a little tacky. Maybe it's a little bit too thick here. Ooh, just let it dry out. We're gonna get it tacky. Bit much. Thanks. Cut. Okay, we're just gonna close it up now. We got all the surfaces. We're gonna line it up. There's no dowel pins here. Just line it up good, and you're good to go. Press it in, and okay, we're just putting in the bolts. And so far, less than 1 hour to do all this. So I think the charge for this would be 2 hours, but very simple job. But by the time you buy the gaskets and everything else, I'm sure it's more than 2 hours. So I had to go pick up the gaskets. There you go. I'm going to torque these by hand because they're going to be torqued much better than they were because they were loose. Maybe there was about 3 foot-pounds on them, so there you go. I'm gonna put about, if I had to guess, about 10 foot-pounds. 8 foot-pounds, 10, something like that. Okay, we're just gonna tighten them up, and we are going to, how are we gonna do this? Some kind of nice and easy at first. All right, we're gonna kind of try and do a star pattern of some kind. Oh, this one's taking a while. There you go. Nice and easy. So do by hand. Okay. Okay, you can record. Okay, so we're gonna put the connectors on for the coils, and we had the white to the right one. This is the white, this is the right. Okay, we're gonna do that. That's on. We'll just tighten that up. And here, the ground goes over here. Shoot, lady in the background, they're gonna flag me.
So stop them.
So we're just tightening up the 3 screws now that hold the module in. And then the 4th screw, which is the ground there. Okay, and that's what we do. We just give her a little 20 inch-pounds. Okay, it's ready. Oh, I have to put a slip tie right here. Right there, slip tie, and we'll start it up and see how well it works, and we'll record that for you guys to see that no water is coming out of there anymore. Okay, we're just filling it up, bin up with water. The water pickup is in the bin, and we're gonna see if there's any leaks. We'll run it, and this is my throttle right here. Okay, so we'll see how it works. Okay, so we have our coolant, and you want to come over here? No leak. No more leak. So let's rev it up to see what happens. We're gonna rev it. Nice warm water.
Is that it?
Thanks for watching. Engineering on the cheap. Dry as a bone. Thanks for watching. Engineering on the cheap. Oh, it's a pike. Oh, pike. Get the net. Johnny, you gonna do the net, please?
Move the fishing rod.
Johnny, please. You gotta have Rocco have. Oh, this looks like a nice one. Two and a half, 3 pounds? 2 pounds.
Nice.